Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about Britain ramping up who they're banning from their country. So, it's not only just Kanye West, the Caribbean islands have joined in. Britain is saying to any Caribbean island that is seeking repatriation after we have exploited y'all, killed y'all, raped, robbed you, and, colonized you for centuries. If you're seeking repatriation from us, you are not welcome in our country. You will not be given a visa to study. You'll not be given a tourist visa, no visa whatsoever for the Caribbean countries that are seeking repatriation after the ugliest history known to humanity, slavery, and the colonial exploitation that still exists in the Caribbean today. Now, you guys know that it was just a few days ago we learned that Ye would be headlining all 3 nights of the Wireless Festival. After that, the fans were ecstatic because this was Ye's first time performing in Britain after, 12 or 13 years, right? And we know last year Vybz Kartel was there. Vybz Kartel did a decade in prison for allegedly slaughtering his friend Lizard. And after a lot of legal back and forths and some inconsistencies and tampering of evidence and missing evidence, Kartel was freed of the charges. So, what critics have been saying is that, why is it that someone like a Vybz Kartel can perform at the Wireless Festival, but no problem? Why is it that Chris Brown, who committed a crime in England, can perform in England, not barred from entering England, and it's not a problem? Why is it that Prince Andrew, who is on the Epstein file, gets away with so much, but Ye is banned? And I've been telling you guys that it has absolutely nothing to do with Ye, but more so the color of his skin. And I believe that if you guys are paying attention to what the UK is doing, they're pushing up black and brown people and they want us to be marginalized so bad. Do you guys remember last year when they were protesting and saying Muslims were taking over England? No, it's not Muslims. It's Jews that have taken over England and they want to get the Muslims out and they want to keep black people under their feet. So when I said to you guys, and I've been saying to you guys that this is not about Kanye West. Kanye West's name is being used because Kanye West is like the piper in all of this. He is a significant key figure into waking up the consciousness of people. They know it and they don't want it to happen, but they cannot stop the show, honey. As they say, one monkey don't stop, no show. Because God is the author and architect of all things, and Kanye is being orchestrated in, it may seem not true. It may seem, oh my God, he's so disgusting. He wore a copyright. People are calling the copyright a KKK outfit. Oh no, it's a copyright. The copyright existed long before the KKK. The KKK took the copyright, add their emblem to it, and people, because it is so horrific, the moment that you see a copyright, the first thing as a black person that is going to come to your mind is KKK. And that I understand because slavery is one of the ugliest things that happened throughout humanity. So I understand how people are repulsed by it. Make no mistakes. I definitely understand. But we should also know the origin of the copyright and how it was used in other ways. Today, there's so many different brotherhoods that still wears the copyright. Even the priests, the Roman Catholic priests, that's what they wear, the copyright without the hood. And there's some countries where you have these brotherhoods and these religious groups that wears the copyright with the hood. They're not out there hunting black people. No. It's just that the KKK took something, made it theirs, but they have their own little symbol and emblem that is added to it, right? But moving on. So, as I was saying, Britney's saying no to Caribbean nationals that would be seeking repatriation. He's saying that if you guys are seeking repatriation from us, irrespective of the fact that, the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, made us wealthy, if you want to be compensated for us brutalizing, killing you, bleeding you and your land, you are not welcome to the country, because CARICOM has been lobbying and pressing Britain for repatriation for years. And most recently, a few countries worldwide voted and agreed that slavery was the worst thing that have happened to, that could and have happened to anyone, throughout history. It has been voted as the most inhumane experience to any specified group or religion. And Iran voted on, the support of the black people. The people that are canceling Kanye West, you see all the countries that supports the, bombing of Israel, and you see all the countries that opened their airstrip for Iran to be attacked. Yes, you can know who is for who and who is against who. And it comes right back to the list of people on the Epstein files. They're all working together. So all these people who are on the Epstein files, they are working together and have been working together for years. Do you guys remember that on the Epstein files, Jeffrey Epstein wanted to get samples from Jamaican athletes because he wanted to understand why Jamaican athletes were so good. And I see a few people like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Because you are a cannibal. If you see nothing with that, it means that you're a cannibal just the same, right? So now the question is Britain protecting its interests, or is it ignoring its historical responsibility? Not just that, causing further division and disparity. Because if you ban Kanye from entering England, think about it for a second. Kanye was banned from entering England for words that he, incited. And we see people who did worse than Ye. They live in England. They're going to England. They've performed in England. No actions taken against Prince Andrew. Is Prince Andrew behind bars? Absolutely not. So this reflects that the fact that Britain's stance, when I told you guys it's about the black people, and I said to you guys that it's the people who now have the world order, the Jewish community, that are doing this. You guys believe that it was about Kanye West, right? You guys thought that what Britain was doing was about Kanye West. But you guys are not realizing, and as I've said to you guys, you are not realizing that Britain has been extending their borders. They talk about Muslim taking over England. I said that's not the problem. There's a new group of people that runs England, but you know how you guys think that Trump is the president? He only has the title. He's not the president. So I'm just saying that to say, as I've said to you guys, Britain acts as though they have morals, but they don't have a moral compass. They want you to believe that they have a moral compass, but they don't. They want you to believe that they're fighting against and pushing back against Kanye West to protect people. But how can you protect one community and not protect the other? How can you protect the Jewish community and not protect the black community? How can you protect the Jewish community and not protect the Caribbean people? How can you protect the Jewish community and not protect African people? It should be equality for everyone across the board. You did something that is wrong, that was wrong, inhumane, that should have never happened. Britain is single-handedly responsible for the most horrific crime in history. But irrespective of that, irrespective of them, being demanded to take accountability and compensate us for the trauma, the years of how they treated us and our ancestors. Instead of them making a wrong right, they're further threatening to take actions against us. We should not enter England. The fact of the matter is, it should be that we should even enter England freely in and out as we please, because our ancestors were where they are, and you brought them from their homeland to a foreign land. And now the offspring of the ancestors, some of us don't even know how to trace our roots back and to go back. Some of us are from Ghana. Some of us are from Nigeria. Some of us, we don't even know where our ancestors are from. Some of us, our ancestors are from England. Some of us, our ancestors are from Scotland. Different countries. So as such, when I said to you guys that Britain has an agenda and Britain has a new ruler, just like America, I hope that this makes sense to you now. When I said to you guys, this has nothing to do with Kanye, but everything to do with the black community, I hope you guys realize what I was getting at now. And if you think that, oh, I'm Black American, I will not be affected by these things. Honey, you're being affected by it. Your tax dollars are given to every other country besides you. Your tax dollars are tied up in war. Ukraine, Israel. And Trump is telling you he has no money for daycare. Daycare. They're telling you that they'd rather to fight a war than to save their own people, than to save their own population, than to invest in their own people and their own population. And who is the largest single contributor to that? The black and brown community. I don't know when you guys are going to open your eyes, but I hope it is rather sooner than later. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Peace.